The following is an excerpt from the Brain Gain Youngstown Leadership Series. The new podcast features conversations with local leaders who are focused on building a culture of entrepreneurship and promoting workforce development.
A lot of projects probably are unfolding. It's premature to communicate broadly, but at the same point, there's a fine line there, right? I mean, how do you manage that balance?
So I think that I'm thinking of a few different responses when we're talking about communication. So with our peers, we're communicating with our peers every day. So the folks that we work with on those projects, there's conversations every single day, multiple times a day. Again, some of that might not be seen visually, but as some of those things come together. When we talk about communication with the companies and what the companies want to do and whatnot, the companies, you know, it's their show.
When can you start communicating more broadly about an exciting new project? Like seems like there's often a quiet period, like it's a secret.
There's clear defined reasons behind why things are confidential when we're working with a project, and there's a whole variety of things. First off, maybe they have not yet gone through the incentive process. So there's a lot of resources, whether it be local, regional, or state, possibly federal, that there are very specific requirements that a company has to go through, or for the lack of a better explanation, hoops to jump through. And all of that oftentimes needs to be accomplished before anything goes public. So there are specific reasons why companies keep confidentiality. They keep confidentiality to keep real estate pricing down. Mm-hmm. They don't want to come into a market, everyone hears what's going on, and then all of a sudden acreage or a building is 3 times the price that it was prior to them coming here. Everyone deserves to come into, buying a home. We wouldn't want to be spending 3 times what it should be just because someone hears we might want to buy it.
Right.
So that's one issue. We've run into issues in the past where companies are distributing a product. Now they think they might want to manufacture that product. So there's clearly a sensitivity around who they're currently buying their product from and what that might look like in that timing. So we would hate for there to be a hiccup in their business, right? So they'd like to go through things quietly. And then I'll be honest with you, this is what I think is closer to the top of the list. All of those things are very important and clearly explain a reason why companies keep confidentiality. They're investing sometimes hundreds of millions of dollars, and they want to make their own announcement at the appropriate time.
Right.
We all need to be respectful of the fact that they're the ones creating the jobs, they're the ones making the investment, they're building a building, buying a building, putting machinery equipment in it, and doing all of these great things. It's not our place to be making it without them leading that
Makes
message.
A lot of sense.
Absolutely.
They have to take advantage of the timing and the appropriate PR hit. Mm-hmm. Could be publicly traded. There are implications around disclosures.
Those are just a few examples why. And if a company just says, because I say it is, that's fine with me.
The interview you just watched is an excerpt from the Brain Gain Youngstown Leadership Series. The new podcast features conversations with local leaders who are focused on building a culture of entrepreneurship and promoting workforce development.
For over a century, Farmers National Bank has stood strong. Through booms and busts, peaks and valleys, we've learned to know the seasons and how to grow in each of them. During challenging times, everyone is reminded of the value of solid relationships in both life and business. Farmers, stand strong.